If your car takes too long to start, cranks for several seconds, and feels like it's never going to fire up, be careful, because you could end up replacing parts for no reason. A lot of people replace the battery, spark plugs, fuel pump, or injectors, and the problem still stays exactly the same. In this video, I'm going to explain the most common causes of this problem, and I'll also show you how to check one sensor that almost always gets overlooked, but could be the real reason your car takes so long to start. So stay until the end, because this simple test could save you a lot of money. First, you need to understand something very important. For an engine to start quickly, it needs three basic things: good fuel pressure, good spark, and correct signals from the main sensors. If one of these three things is missing or weak, the engine may crack for several seconds before it finally starts. The first cause, and one of the most common, is low fuel pressure. When you turn the key or press the start button, the fuel pump must send fuel with enough pressure to the injectors. If the pump is weak, the fuel filter is clogged, the fuel pressure regulator is failing, or the pressure drops after you turn the engine off, the car will take longer to start. A very clear symptom is this. If you turn the ignition on 2 or 3 times before cranking the engine, and then the engine starts faster, you probably have a fuel pressure problem. This happens because every time you turn the ignition on, the fuel pump has a chance to build back the pressure that was lost. In this case, the right thing to do is not to replace the fuel pump right away, but to connect a fuel pressure gauge and check the pressure when you turn the key on, while cranking, and after shutting the engine off. Another common cause is leaking fuel injectors. This happens when one or more injectors do not seal properly and keep dripping fuel while the engine is off. When you try to start the car, the cylinder may already have too much fuel inside, almost like the engine is flooded. In these cases, the car may take longer to start, you may smell a strong fuel odor, black smoke may come out for a few seconds, and then the engine may run normally afterward. You also need to check the spark plugs. If the spark plugs are worn out, carbon fouled, wet, or have too large of a gap, the spark will be weak and may not ignite the air-fuel mixture properly. This is usually more noticeable in the morning when there's humidity or when the engine is cold. But it's not always just the spark plugs. Ignition coils, spark plug wires, or even the power supply to the coils can cause problems. Another cause that many people overlook is a weak battery or bad ground connections. Sometimes the starter motor still turns, but the voltage drops too much while cranking. And if the voltage drops too low, the computer, sensors, injectors, and ignition coils may not work correctly. That's why, even if the battery seems okay, you need to measure the voltage during cranking and inspect the battery terminals, positive cable, engine grounds, and any corroded connections. Now let's talk about one of the most overlooked sensors, the engine coolant temperature sensor. This sensor tells the computer if the engine is cold or hot. And why is that so important? Because depending on that temperature, the computer decides how much fuel to inject during startup. For example, if the engine is cold, but the sensor tells the computer that the engine is already hot, the computer will inject less fuel than the engine actually needs. So the engine will take longer to start, especially in the morning. This problem can be very confusing because the car may run fine after it starts, but the issue shows up right during startup. The test is simple with a scan tool. Before starting the engine in the morning, check the coolant temperature reading. It should be close to the outside temperature. If it's 77 degrees outside, but the sensor is reading 160, 180, or 190 degrees with a cold engine, that's a strong clue that something is wrong. You should also inspect the connector, wires, and sensor signal, because many times the problem is not the sensor itself, but the wiring. Another important sensor is the crankshaft position sensor, also known as the CKP sensor. This sensor tells the computer the position and speed of the engine. If the signal is weak, intermittent, or delayed, the computer does not know exactly when to fire the spark and inject fuel. The result can be a long crank, a no start when hot, or an engine that suddenly shuts off. A quick test with a scan tool is to check if RPM shows up while cranking. If you crank the engine and the scan tool does not show RPM, you need to inspect the CKP sensor, its power supply, ground, signal, and wiring. Vacuum leaks or unmetered air can also cause this problem. If a hose is cracked, the intake manifold gasket is leaking, the throttle body is very dirty, or air is entering the engine without being measured by the computer, the air-fuel mixture will be affected. This can make the car take longer to start, shake when it starts, or shut off immediately. And finally, you need to check engine compression. An engine with low compression due to wear, damaged valves, worn piston rings, or timing problems can take longer to start. Usually, it will also have power loss, oil consumption, smoke, or an unstable idle. If this video helped you, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and let me know in the comments what car you have and when it takes longer to start, when it's cold, when it's hot, or after filling up the gas tank. With that information, I can make more videos with real tests, so you can learn to diagnose like a professional and stop wasting money replacing parts you don't need.